This is a video on how to create a grade item that will track the first attempt of a quiz rather than the highest attempt of a quiz, which is what we usually track. We are doing a CFA as a quiz in this case, and so we want to just track the first attempt to evaluate that for our DPA. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the Grades tab and I'm going to create a new grade item that will track just the first attempt of this quiz. So I'm here in Grades, I go to Manage Grades, and now I click New Item. This will be a numeric item. You can name it whatever makes sense. Fill out the category, the description, the points. And then we're going to check this box that says exclude from final grade calculation, because if we don't check that, this quiz will be counted twice on their grade, and we don't want to do that. So check that box. We'll click Save. And then I'll go over to the Restrictions tab. And I'm going to hide this from users as well. My students don't need to see what their first attempt was. All I want them to see is what their highest grade was, because that's what's going to be calculated into the final grade. So we're going to check Hide from Users, and then I'm going to save and close here. Now if I scroll down to Unit 4, you can see we have a 4.06 quiz, which is the regular grade for this quiz, and then I also have the 4.06 CFA. So the next thing we're going to do is go to the Tools, Manage Quizzes section, and I'm going to edit the quiz. We're looking at quiz 4.06 in this case. You can click that link or click down arrow edit. And I'm going to go over to the Assessment tab. Now I'll change a couple of things on this page. The first thing is the grade item. You'll notice that new grade item I created, 4.06 CFA, is available here now. I select that one. And then I also want to make sure Allow Automatic Export to Grades is checked so that I don't have to publish these all manually. And then I'm going to come down here to Overall Grade Calculation and change it from highest attempt to first attempt. Now I'll save and close this. And now we should have two grades that are recorded for this quiz, one that's the highest attempt and one that is the first attempt. So I'm going to show you that in our Grades tab, and I'm actually going to move my window a little bit so we can make this FERPA friendly. So we're in the Grades tab. I'm going to go to Enter Grades. And you can see now there's a 4.06 and a 4.06 quiz and a 4.06 CFA. And you can tell from those first couple of scores, they look to be about the same, which makes sense. These students haven't had very much time to retake this quiz yet. But if I scroll down, you'll see there is one student who has retaken this quiz and gotten a higher score. They got a 3.75 on their first attempt and a 4 on their second attempt. So we have successfully tracked the first attempt here and the highest attempt here. Now just be sure when you are done with this calculation, when you're done with this data that you need to set the quiz back to the original grade item in case any students go back and take this again. So I'm back to Manage Quizzes here. I'm going to go back into Edit this quiz, into the Assessment, and I'm going to switch these two back to what they originally were, the 4.06 quiz and highest attempt. Whichever grade item is set at the moment, that's the one that will export when students submit the quiz. So you want to make sure whichever one is going onto their grade is the one that is left on the quiz. So that's how we create an extra grade item to track the first attempt on a quiz.